everyone, welcome to AG Africa. My name is Sophia and I make YouTube videos all about American Girl dolls. So if you like American Girl dolls as much as I do, please consider subscribing down below. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and with that being said, let's get right into this video. So, like me and a lot of people at the moment, we are all in quarantine. And if you have an AGIG or just like to take photos of your dolls, for me, I take most of them outside and in parks and just public places that are a lot harder to get to because of current world events. So I'm going to be showing you some really cool photo shoot ideas you can do while you're at home, and I've seen a couple versions of this kind of like for people, but I thought it'd be really fun to bring it into the AGTube and AGIG community. So with that being said, please consider subscribing down below, and let's get straight into the video.
Okay, so for all of these, you're just going to have to start with a blank space, and I'm just using this wall in my house. It kind of is like a peachy color, and I know that kind of some ideas floating around are like to take like a stair selfie, but I feel like the stairs in a regular house are a little bit big for your doll. So my first idea is basically take a bunch of books and kind of create a staircase. So I have a stack of books over there, which I'm going to be constructing into our little scene.
So here's the staircase. So I think that for me, this didn't work out as nicely as I planned or hoped it might. I think just mainly because it's like awkward because I didn't really do it in front of anything, and so it just seemed kind of, sorry, she's like looking off to the side. So it just seemed like very much for me, like, I don't know, she just seemed really isolated. So if you're gonna do this, just maybe have a little more visual interest. The other thing you can do kind of related to this is just try and like build something out of books. I think it's really fun, especially if you have like some really cool covers, or if you want it to be a little more neutral and natural looking, you could just take off the covers, because like a lot of my books, for example, have like paper covers, so you can take those off and then try and get some coordinating themes. But I still think this is a cute idea and there's a lot of potential. Okay, so the next idea is to create a backdrop using newspaper, magazine covers, or candy wrappers. So candy wrappers was what I was gonna do, but my mom thought it was trash, so she threw it all away. But I mean, I think that would look super cute, especially if you can get like all the like Tootsie lollipops. I will insert a photo. Like, I feel like that could be super fun, and you could collage it all over the wall. So that was the original plan, but not anymore. But that's okay. So I'm gonna be doing it with some newspaper. So I basically just taped some newspaper to the walls and to the floors. I think one of my biggest fears for this was that some of the newspapers might say something weird, because I didn't really like read through all of it. So if anything on here is bad, like, I'm sorry, that's not what I intended. Okay, so here it is. I did this little corner, and then I did that corner, so I can take some cool things like that. And then I just did a small portion of the floor. So let's take some cute photos.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new.
I'm actually super happy with how this turned out. I got some really cute shots of Rebecca, so I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Definitely follow me on my Instagram, because I'm going to be posting a lot of these photos, so if you're curious how they turned out, I'm going to put some in throughout the video. But if you want some more and after editing... Okay, so one other idea just regarding the background is something I've also been wanting to try, is to make a wall of corks, and I actually kind of want to do this for a wall in a bedroom, because it would be like one big cork board, because, you know, corks are made of cork.
I didn't have enough yet, but that's something I do want to do in the future, and I kind of want to do it in one of my rooms in my dollhouse, and also in the iCard here, there will be a link if you want to see me start the customization of my dollhouse. But with that being said, moving on to the next idea. So the next idea is to play around with light. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever device you want to use. Basically, it needs to kind of be like a phone. This is my phone, haha. This is where a lot of my photography happens. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to tape a tube of some sort. I'm going to use a paper towel or toilet paper tube, and you're going to put it around where the flashlight is, which is also where the camera is, and it's going to create this little funnel of light, and then you're going to play around with that on your doll's face. So it sounds kind of confusing, but I promise you it makes sense. And this is just how I taped it on. Okay, so here it is. It looks a little funny, but I just taped on this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to progressively cut it shorter just to see kind of how that affects the effect. And yeah, so let's try and take some quickly. Just for some clarification, you do have to turn on the flashlight for the effect to work fully. Okay, I don't know what that was. And as you can see, it makes a little spotlight on your doll. So we're gonna be experimenting with this.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new.
I did a couple photos using it. I think one of the things is I definitely think it looks better in black and white, and also be in like a dark space. I like to film where it's bright, so I tried to close my curtains just to make the room a little darker so the light really popped. It's not like my style of photography. I'm much more of outdoors with natural lighting, so this was definitely a new experience for me, but it's definitely something I recommend trying. And then I'm also going to be trying out using a mirror to just kind of bend the light onto her face. I think I'm going to run into some of the same problems that I did with this, but I think it's still I think it'll still be fun to try. I opened up the blinds again just to experiment with my mirror, and basically what I noticed is that like you can't tell that the mirror is concentrated. When I kind of like did some looking around, people recommended this in case like your photo was backlit. So I definitely think that if it's backlit, that could be like a really useful hack, but I don't think that it's necessarily great for like trying to get like interesting photography, if that makes any sense. So that's just kind of my spiel on that. So we're just gonna move on to the next idea is to basically look for art around your house and try and take it at an angle where it looks like your doll's in it. So as you can see, there's this beautiful painting, that my grandparents have, and I want to make it look like Rebecca is kind of like in this little area place. Another idea kind of related to this is to get an empty frame and then frame your doll with it, kind of like she is the art, but my family wouldn't let me take any of the photos out of our frames, so wasn't really allowed to do that, but I'm going to be working on this as well as a couple other pieces of art throughout the house.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back.
Just for some notes on taking a photo with a photo. I think one of the keys is to make sure your doll is far away from the painting, and then you are even further away from the painting, if that makes any sense. That's something I definitely struggled with, so what I would try and do is I would hold my doll with one of my hands, and then I would hold the camera like as far away as I could. I think it would definitely have been easier if I had someone else to help me, so I definitely recommend asking someone. No one in my family wanted to help me, but you know, if your family's a little nicer than mine, maybe. Just kidding. So yeah, Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is all of the photo shoot ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think that it's a lot of fun to kind of play around. There are so many opportunities inside, and I think they're very easy to overlook, and now is an awesome time to be creative and really grow your Instagram and experiment with new ideas. So I hope you guys like these and decide to do some of them. And also, if you have an Instagram and you decide to use any of these ideas, please tag me. I would love to see what you guys do. I'll be liking photos and commenting, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!